Now we are going to discussing the unsold stock value and how to calculate the unsold stock value. Okay. In our previous class, I already explained that recurring expenditure of the consignor and non-recurring expenditure of the consignee. Okay. And we have to remember one more point is nothing but when we calculating the unsold stock, consider only non-recurring expenditure of the consignor and the consignee. And how to calculate the unsold stock. Okay, we have to follow some procedure for calculation of the unsold stock. So how to calculate? So right here, valuation of unsold stock. How to calculate unsold stock? First of all, we have to take cost of unsold stock. We have to take cost of unsold stock. Cost of unsold stock we should first of all take. And to this we have to add, what we have to add? A proportionate expenditure of expenses of consignor. Proportionate expenditure of consignor. So we have to take. Again to this we have to add up a proportionate expenditure of consignee. Proportionate expenses of consignee. We have to add up and we will get the unsold stock value. Okay. Then I am saying here proportionate expenditure. So expenses means here which type of the expenditure? Non-recurring expenditure. Here also same. Proportionate expenditure means here non-recurring expenditure. So non-recurring expenditure of the consignor and the consignee. And a proportion means here which type? What proportion here? Unsold proportion. Okay. What proportion here? Unsold proportion. We have to apply on the expenses. Okay. This is a procedure we have to follow for calculation of the unsold stock. So cost of the unsold stock we have to take, and cost of the unsold is nothing but which is a leftover, that portion we have to apply on the stock value. Which stock here? Goods sent on consignment stock value. So on goods sent on consignment value you have to apply the unsold portion. Okay. And to this add up what? Proportionate expenditure of the consignor. So proportionate expenditure means here non-recurring expenditure only. Okay. Non-recurring expenditure we have to take. Next, here also non-recurring expenditure of the consignee we have to take. Okay. We will calculate one problem. Easily you can understand. Okay. And see the problem now here. So here Krishna of Kollur, I am writing the problem. Krishna of Kollur sent a sports material worth of 1 lakh. Worth of rupees 1 lakh. And next one, to whom here? To Pawan. On consignment. And Krishna spent rupees 4,000 freight and for the insurance rupees 2,000 for insurance. 2,000 for insurance. And next, Pawan taking the goods. Pavan taking the goods. Spent rupees 1000. Spent rupees 1000 for transport. So for transport. So he paid 1000 rupees for transport and 1,000 for octroi. For octroi. 1000 for octroi. Next one. 80% of stock was sold. 80% of stock was sold. Calculate unsold stock. Calculate unsold stock. This is your problem. And here, see the problem now. Krishna of Kollur sent the sports material worth of the 1 lakh rupee to Pavan. So here, Krishna is a consignor and Pavan is a consignee. And he is sending how much here? 1 lakh worth of the sports material he is sending. Okay. Then, on consignment basis only. And Krishna spent 4,000. Krishna is nothing but here consignor only. He spent 4,000 for what purpose? For the freight. So freight is a non-recurring expenditure only. And 2,000 for insurance. It is also non-recurring expenditure. So these freight and insurance both are non-recurring expenditure of the consignor. Okay. Next one. Pavan taking the goods spent rupees 1000 for the transport. So Pavan em chestunnadu? He taken over the goods. Again he spent 1000 rupees for transport. Transport is nothing but here carriage only. So carriage also non-recurring expenditure of the consignee. And rupees for the 1000 for octroi. So octroi also non-recurring expenditure. Okay. So see in this problem, transport charges and octroi. Transport is nothing but here carriage only. And octroi also non-recurring. So these both the expenditure of the consignee are the non-recurring only. So in the previous class already we discussed that non-recurring expenditure of the consignor and non-recurring expenditure of the consignee already we discussed. Is it right? And next I already told you one more point. What is that? All the expenditure of the consignor are treated as a non-recurring only. So no need to identify. Okay. But here in case of the consignee, we have to identify which is a recurring and which is a non-recurring. Okay. So in this problem, transportation is nothing but carriage only and octroi is given. So these two expenses are paid by the consignee and these two are comes under the non-recurring expenditures only. Now 80% of the stock was sold. So whatever the goods he sent, for example, that is 100%. It means here the 1 lakh rupee is there. Okay. What is the goods sent on consignment value here? 1 lakh rupee. So that 1 lakh rupee you treat that is equal to 100%. So in that 100% he sold only 80%. So ఆ 1 lakh లో ఆయన ఎంత సేల్ చేస్తాడంట 80% మాత్రమే సేల్ చేస్తాడు. ఓకే. We don't know how much value that is. We have to find out now. Okay. So 80% of the stock was sold and left over how much here unsold? 20%. Okay. Total goods sent on consignment value is 1 lakh rupee only. You treat that is equal to the 100% only. So out of that 100%, he sold 80% of the goods. And a 1 lakh lo and enta sale chestunnadu 80%. So left over how much here? Remaining 20% only. So unsold stock percentage how much now? 20%. And find out the what is the unsold stock value now. Okay. So already format we have. Okay. So go to the format now. First of all, what we have to take? Cost of unsold stock. So how to take here? Stock is nothing but here goods sent on consignment value only. So what is the goods sent on consignment value? 1 lakh rupee into what is the unsold portion here? 20% out of 100. Okay. Unsold how much here? 20%. So 20 ones are 20, 5s are 5 ones are 5 2s are. So 4 zeros are there. It becomes how much now? 20,000. Okay. And to this we have to add up what? Proportionate expenditure of consignor. So proportionate expenses of consignor. So consignor is nothing but all the expenditure we should consider. Okay. So what are the expenditure are there? Consignor. Krishna spent 4,000 for the freight and 2,000 for the insurance. So total expenditure how much now? 6,000. So right here 6,000 into what is the unsold proportion? 20% by 100. 20 ones are 25 are 5 ones are 5 ones are 5. 1 is there. It become 10. 5 2s are 10. Okay. 2 zeros are there. So it become how much? 1,200. Okay. Same. Again, once again add up what here? Same. A proportionate expenditure of expenses of consignee. So in this problem, both the expenditure of the consignor are non-recurring only. So we have to take spend 1,000 for the transport, 1,000 for the outright. So total how much expenditure? 2,000 into what is unsold proportion? 20%. 20 ones are 25 are 5 ones are 5 fours are 20. So 2 zeros are there. It become now 400. Okay. Now add up both. These all add up 0, 0, 2, 4 plus 2 is a 6 only and 1 and 2. So what is unsold stock now? 21,600. So this is the value of the unsold stock. So like this we have to calculate the unsold stock value. So first of all, cost of the unsold, how to calculate? Here goods entered consignment value into what is the unsold proportion is there, apply. And here proportionate expenditure of the consignor. So all the expenses you have to take of the consignor into unsold proportion. And next one is a add proportionate expenses of the consignee. Here you have to identify consignee expenditures, you have to identify those are recurring or non-recurring. So you have to consider only non-recurring. So in this problem, both expenditure of the consignee are non-recurring only. That's why I am taking. So into what is the unsold proportion is there, apply, and it is a 21,600. Okay. Like this we have to calculate the unsold stock. Okay. Now come to the next problem. Now come to the next problem with unsold stock. Okay. Now here Sudha of Srinagar consigned goods value rupees 20,000 to Indira. So here consignor is nothing but Sudha. She is sending goods to whom here? To whom? To Indira. So Indira is a consignee. And Sudha spent cartage rupees 1,500. It means here consignor expenditures only. Okay. And Indira sent account sales stating that. So Indira em chestundi ikkada account sales prepare chestundi, and he is saying that, what is saying, 1/2 goods were sold. Okay. So 1/2 worth of goods sold for 15,000. Value I forgot it here. I will write rupees 15,000. So what is the sales value now? 15,000. So 1/2 means here half of the goods. 1/2 is nothing but here half of the goods were sold. At what rate? At a 15,000 rupees. And Indira incurred expenses 750. So here observe, Indira is nothing but consignee only, and she paid 750 rupees as expenditure. But what type of the expenditure, that is not at all mentioned. So in that cases you treat that is a recurring expenditure. Okay. The consignee paid the expenditure here 750 rupees. Simply given that Indira incurred expenditure 750. It means here Indira paid rupees 750 as a expenditure. But for what purpose she was paid? The purpose is not at all mentioned. That 750 rupees. Enduku pay chesindi anedi ఇవ్వలేదు. Just 750 rupees pay చేసిందని మాత్రమే చెప్తున్నారు. So the purpose is not at all mentioned. That's why you treat that those are the recurring expenditure. So అప్పుడు మనం ఏమనుకోవాలి, వాటిని recurring expenditure గా treat చేయాలి. So when we calculating the unsold stock, you should not consider those type of the expenditures. Okay. Once again I will repeat. the consignee expenditure 750 rupees is given, but the purpose is not at all mentioned to you. So in that cases, you treat that those are the recurring expenditure only. Okay. So while calculating the unsold stock, should not consider those type of the expenditures. Next. She is entitled to receive the commission at a 5% on the సేల్స్. ఆమెకి ఏమొస్తుందంటే ఇక్కడ కమిషన్ వస్తుందంట. ఎంత వస్తుంది? 5% వస్తుంది ఆన్ ద సేల్స్. సో రిమెంబర్, కమిషన్ ఆల్వేస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఆన్ ద సేల్స్ ఓన్లీ. నెక్స్ట్, బ్యాంక్ డ్రాఫ్ట్ ఫర్ ది బ్యాలెన్స్. సో ఏదైతే బ్యాలెన్స్ అమౌంట్ ఉంటుందో దాన్ని ఎలా పంపిస్తున్నారంట? బ్యాంక్ డ్రాఫ్ట్ ద్వారా బ్యాలెన్స్ అనేది పంపిస్తున్నారు. ఎవరు? కన్సైనీ. సో నెక్స్ట్ వన్. So he is asking to you prepare the journal entries and ledger accounts in the books of both the parties. Okay. Now, first of all we have to calculate the working note, which is that is unsold stock. Okay. So first of all calculate the unsold stock. Right here, valuation of unsold stock. So how to calculate unsold stock here? Okay. First of all, we have to take cost of unsold stock. Cost of unsold stock. So first of all, what we have to take here? Goods sent on consignment value we have to take. So value of goods sent on consignment value is a 20,000 rupees only. So 20,000 rupees into here. How much worth of the goods sold here? 1/2. Okay. How much worth of the goods she was sold here? 1/2. So left over how much here? 1/2 only. Okay. So how to take the cost of the unsold means here goods sent on consignment value into unsold proportion. So sold is a 1/2. So left over how much here? 1/2 only. 2 ones are 2 ones are. So it become how much? 10,000. Okay. And again to this we have to add up proportionate expenses of consignor. So who is a consignor here? Sudha. So right here. So all the expenses we have to take. Okay. So cartage is a 1500. Only one expenditure is there, 1500. Into unsold how much here? 1/2. So 1 2 ones are 2. 2 sevens are 14. 1 is there. 2 5s are 10. So here how much? 750 rupees. Okay. Getting the point all of you? Next one. So next point is a add. What we have to add up? Proportionate expenses of consignee. So consignee here Indira only. So now in this problem, expenses type of means here Indira paid 750 rupees, but for what purpose she was paid is purpose is not at all given. In that cases you treat that is a recurring expenditure only. So when we calculating the unsold stock, recurring expenditure should not consider of consignee. So here no value we have to take. So what is unsold stock now here? 10,750. So roughly I am writing here 10,750 is a unsold stock. Okay. Next one. Again we have to calculate the 5% commission on the sales. So commission directly not given to you. Now calculate the commission also. This is the first point. And second one right here, calculation of commission. Calculation of commission on sales. On sales. So what is the sales value? So sales how much here? Sales are 15,000. Right here 15,000 into what is the commission percentage? 5%. So 5/100. 2 zeros ki 2 zeros cancel అయిపోతాయి. 5 0 0. 5 5s are 25 and 2 is there. 5 1s are 5 plus 2 is a 7. So what is your commission now? I am writing here 750 rupees is a commission. Okay. Now we calculated the unsold stock value. Again we calculated the commission. Now come to the problem. Okay. Once again, I will explain the unsold stock value. How to take first cost of unsold stock. How to calculate goods sent on consignment value into unsold stock proportion. Unsold stock is nothing but 1 by 2 only. 1 by 2 sold means leftover is a 1 by 2. So you will get 10,000 rupees. And proportionate expenditure of consignor means here Sudha only. So all the expenditure we have to take. So cartage paid 1500 into unsold proportion. 750 rupees you will get. And add proportionate expenditure of consignee. Consignee means here Indira only. So in this problem, there is a no non-recurring expenditure of the consignee because the purpose is not mentioned. That's why it is treated as a recurring. So while calculating the unsold, don't consider the recurring. And left over how much total balance చేస్తే మనకి ఎంత వస్తుంది 10,750. This is the unsold stock value. Okay. And commission we have to calculate at 5% on the sales value. So sales are 15,000 into 5% means here it becomes 750 rupees. Okay. Then now calculate the ledger accounts in the books of consignor and in the books of consignee. So first of all I am taking the ledger accounts in the books of consignor. So write the title ledger accounts in the books of consignor. So right here ledger accounts in the books of consignor. So who is a consignor here? Under bracket write down Sudha. Now we have to open two accounts first of all. What are they? Consignment account data to consignment account and consignee account we are going to prepare now. Date column, particulars column, JF column and the amount column. Same columns also here. Amount column, JF column, particulars column, date column. Again I am opening consignee account also. So write down this is a debit side and credit side. Consignment account. First account. So second account is a consignee account. So right here consignee. So who is a consignee? Indira. Okay. Now come to the journal entries. First journal entry, goods sent on consignment value. So first journal entry is a consignment account data to goods sent on consignment account. So consignment account data to goods sent on consignment account. Goods sent on consignment account. Value of the goods sent on consignment is a 20,000 rupees. Again for the goods sent on consignment account we should write on the credit side. Okay. Next one is a expenditure of the consignor. So entry is a consignment account data to cash or bank account. So consignment account data to cash or bank account. So I am writing here cash. So how much paid Sudha expenditure? 1,500. Okay. Next one. For the advance amount. In this problem there is no advance amount. Okay. And next one. Expenditure of the consignee. Entry is consignment account data to consignee account. So consignee is nothing but here Indira only. So consignment account data to Indira account. So right here Indira account. So expenditure how much we have? 750 rupees. Okay. Consignee paid 750 rupees expenditure. Next one. For the sales. Entry is again we have Indira account. In Indira account also we should write this 750 rupees. Okay. Now see the journal entry for this one. Consignment account data to Indira account we recorded. Is it right? In this journal entry, Indira account is credited. So we have Indira account. So in Indira account, credit side, write down by consignment account. By consignment account. So 750 rupees. Next one. Next one for the sales. For the sales entry is consignee account data to consignment account. So consignee account we debited, no? So in consignee account debit side. So write as a by consignment account. Write as a by to consignment account. What is the sales here? Half of the goods were sold for 15,000. So write here 15,000. Again consignment account also we have. So consignment account we credited. Okay. That's why in consignment account credit side write as a by Indira account. So write down the sales value is a 15,000. Next one, commission. For the commission entry is consignment account data to consignee account. So consignment account we debited. That's why debit side of the consignment account write as a by consignee account. Consignee is nothing but Indira only. So calculated already we in roughly 750 rupees. Okay. Again Indira account also we have. So Indira account we credited in the journal entry. So that's why credit side of the Indira account by write as a by consignment account. By consignment account. So what is a commission? Once again 750 rupees only. Okay. These only. Now find out the profit or loss. The problem. Here one more point we forgot. What is that? Unsold stock. Yes. In this problem we have unsold stock. Okay. For the unsold stock we should write extra entry when you compare with the previous problems. Okay. So what is the extra entry will appear in case of the unsold stock? The journal entry is consignment stock account data to consignment account. Okay. For the unsold stock we should write one more extra entry. Journal entry. What is that here? Consignment stock account data to consignment account. So, yes. So, in this consignment stock account data to consignment account means it is affected to the consignment account only. So, see the journal entry once again. Consignment stock account data to consignment account I am saying. So, consignment account we credited, no? That's why credit side of the consignment account it is affected. Write as a consignment stock account. So what is unsold stock value? Working total chesam manam already 10,750. So for the unsold stock we have to pass extra one more entry that is called as a consignment stock account data to consignment account. So consignment account we credited, that's why credit side of the consignment account we recorded by consignment stock account. Now find out the balance, both the sides. Which side is more, debit side or credit side? So here credit side is more because 25,000 something change is there. So 25,750 is a credit side total. So 25,750. Okay, and find out the deduct the debit side total. So I am calculating here roughly. So 25,750 minus this debit side total. 0, 5 is a 10, 1 is there. 1 plus 7 plus 7 is a 15, 5 is a 20, and 2 is there. 2 plus 1 in thousands, 3, and here 10,000s, 2 is there. 0, 5, 7, and here 2. So what is the balance amount here? 2,750. 2,750. This is your profit only. So write here profit and loss account. This is your profit. Okay. And next one. Profit on consignment is a 2,750. And find out the consignee account amount also. Here which side is more? Debit side only 15,000 we have. 15,000. And credit side we have only 1,500. Okay. So 15,000 minus 1,500 it become 13,500. So the balance amount is sending to the bank draft. It's clearly mentioned to you. So write as a by bank account. So how much balance amount? 13,500. Okay. This is a consignee account. Okay. Next, we have to open the one more account we have to open in this ledger accounts in the books of consignor. That is called as a goods sent on consignment account. So consignment account is over. Consignee account also over. So one more account we have to prepare in the books of consignor. That is nothing but goods sent on consignment account. And we have to write the journal entries also. Okay. Later we are opening ledger accounts in the books of consignee.